commercial wire services, military public affairs offices, and community news sources. This is the News Center.
Good evening. Welcome to this Friday edition of the News Center. I'm Sergeant Sandra Brown. Health and fitness are topics that seem to be at the forefront of today's slimming Air Force. Part of being physically fit is knowing what's going on inside your body as well as outside. That's one reason Iraklion's health promotions officer headed up Wednesday's health fair, and according to the project organizer, things went better than expected.
We were very impressed and very surprised that we had close to 100 people show up for the health fair. And we were very excited that we had that many people, and we believed this was a huge success for our population that we have right now.
Of those who attended the health fair, 80 people braved the needle to have blood drawn for cholesterol levels as well as glucose levels to check for diabetes. We asked one of the participants why she felt the program was so successful.
It's kind of informal. A lot of people don't like hospitals and they get really nervous about going to them. Something like this, they can just go around and see certain things that they want to see, pick up pamphlets to read.
Some of the booths available included psychoergometry, smoking cessation, stress management, and diet counseling, where you could actually see what a pound of fat looks like. All residents who went through the complete screening process and had acceptable results will receive a laminated card in the mail showing their scores. And if you didn't do so well,
those people who did have a high blood cholesterol level will be receiving a letter from our organization letting them know what their blood level was, and that some recommendations to be seen by a physician.
If you missed the health fair and would like to be screened, you can make an appointment with the hospital to see a health care provider. In other news, in these days of drawdown and closure, there was a rather strange occurrence on base today at 1:30, a ribbon cutting. The ceremony marked the opening of a hazardous waste main accumulation site in Building 564 near Supply. The main reason for opening the site is to have a place for residents PCSing to properly dispose of unwanted chemicals like that leftover lawnmower gas or washing powder. The building is open Monday through Friday from 7:30 to 4:30. During today's ceremony, a training certificate was presented to the hazardous waste manager, who asked that you utilize the new facility to help keep Iraklion environmentally safe. Coming up, a look back at the history of the Armed Forces radio and television service at Iraklion after the break.
This is Iraklion's community update for the weekend. Saturday, you can have pizza or hot chicken wings delivered, or you can pick your meal up at the club starting at 5. The MWR APHIS movie showing at the Community Activity Center tomorrow night is CB4. It's rated R and gets underway at 7. The 8YA sponsors a Halloween party and dance Saturday night for Iraklion's kids. It starts at 7 and runs until 10:30. There's a Halloween costume party for the adults at the Dia Club tomorrow night. The party begins at 8 and includes a midnight buffet. Moving to Halloween Day, the ghosts and goblins can scurry from door to door Sunday evening from 5 to 7:30. And parents can bring their children's candy to the hospital from 7:30 to 9 to be x-rayed. Finally, Sunday, the club has pizza and chicken available for takeout. That's any time between 5 and 10. That's Iraklion's community update for Saturday and Sunday.
As we've previously mentioned, tonight marks the end of local television production at Iraklion Air Station. Senior Airman Chris Hatch takes a look back at how Armed Forces Radio and Television Service has served the Iraklion community for the last 37 years.
It all began April 23, 1955, with this request for radio broadcast service. 1 year later, Armed Forces Radio began broadcasting to troops located at Iraklion Air Station, Crete, Greece. It was known then as Detachment 501 of the 71 22nd Support Squadron. Another 4 years later, Armed Forces Television began operations, 7 years before commercial television reached our island paradise. During that time, Iraklion Air Station has seen many changes, and the local Armed Forces radio and television station changed right along with it. Operating under a myriad of names, such as Detachment 5 of the 71 22nd Broadcasting Squadron, and finally metamorphosing into Detachment 4 of the Air Force European Broadcasting Squadron. under such guises as EBS Iraklion and finally AFN Iraklion. The equipment has seen several changes over the years, and the faces too numerous to mention have come and gone, but the broadcasting mission at Iraklion has always been focused on the audience, bringing base residents radio and television programs from the States, along with locally produced programs designed to entertain as well as keep local issues and information foremost on the community's mind. Special events such as the annual Splash Day and 4th of July beach parties received support from Detachment 4 over the years. Chances were, if there was an important event going on, the crew from AFRTS Iraklion was there covering it, and more than likely participating too. So as we prepare to fade to black one last time on this island called Crete, we look back at the fond memories and the people we've touched and who have touched us, and we say thank you and Yasu. Airman Chris Hatch, Air Force News.
And that's the final News Center this Friday evening. I'm Sergeant Sandra Brown. We leave you tonight with the sights and sounds of Iraklion's youth trick-or-treating through the headquarters building. From all the staff at AFN Iraklion, have a great weekend, and thank you for your support through the years.